Hola, 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 y bienvenidos a otro episodio de Listen, Read, Interact. Welcome to another episode of Listen, Read, Interact. My name is Andrew Snyder, and this is episode number 71. Well, you might hear it in my voice. I'm totally losing it. And so today's episode is going to be a bit abbreviated. Fortunately, I did record the audio for the complete version of today's story at an earlier time, so you will hear that today. And you won't hear my sick, lost voice. I even had to cancel class today. It's just too much to talk for hours on end. So, Listen, Read, Interact is a Spanish language learning podcast, and it's meant for learners, but it's also great for instructors. And so each episode is a self-contained lesson, and today's episode is actually part 3 of a 3-part series designed at intermediate learners. It's targeted at some maybe high-end beginners to intermediate learners. And so if you're a new Spanish speaker, you may want to check out the course that I have for free. There's no login, nothing like that. That's at listenreadinteract.com/start. It's a course called Start Here, and it's a course of 6 collected stories with a couple of different versions, a bunch of activities designed to help you get up to speed at a beginner level in Spanish, to get you from 0 to 1, from 0 Spanish to some Spanish. And once you have some Spanish under your belt, then you're able to hook into different parts of the language and get more relevant input. Input is simply the language that you hear or that you read. And the more you listen and the more you read and the more you interact with that language that you hear and read, the more Spanish your brain will naturally acquire over time. And so the Start Here course, listenreadinteract.com/start, is the perfect place to start for a beginner. And actually, it's episode 50 through 55 that course is based on. So if you want to go back in your podcast player and just listen, episodes 50 through 55. If you're a Spanish language teacher, you can obviously use these lessons, the episodes for Listen, Read, Interact in your classroom. And I even have some teacher-specific features like a classroom mode button on the examples that will turn the example sentences into a PowerPoint that you can use for dictations and things like that. You can use it right in your browser. So you don't even have to do anything. Just go to listenreadinteract.com/71. Since this is episode 71, find that blue examples box and click on classroom mode, and it will turn it into a PowerPoint-like presentation. You can either show them all, or you can show one at a time. You can click on them. It will reveal the translations. And so it's a wonderful tool for you. Now, you won't hear the examples in this one, so you'll have to read them because I'm not going to read any more today. If you're an instructor, you might also like my other podcast, CI Immersion. CI Immersion. You can find that on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube. I can work on putting it some other places, but I haven't done that yet. But it is there, and it also appears in this feed. So if you see an episode marked CI Immersion, that is my entire system for teaching languages. Exactly how I do it, the reasoning behind why I do it, and there's only a couple episodes there now, but I will be adding to it sporadically as I think about my teaching style, my teaching methodology, and the activities and things that I use, the way I structure my classes. I'm going to just put that out there into the world. I think it's a wonderful thing to put out there. So if you're interested in that, CI Immersion stands for comprehensible input immersion, right? That's the thing, right? You want to immerse yourself in input that is understandable to you. Maybe not every word, but that is the plan. So it's in this feed. You can actually just go back and find the CI Immersion episodes, but you can also find its own feed. So CI Immersion, if you want just those episodes, go to CI Immersion in your podcast player. You can find them on Listen, Read, Interact too. It's all hosted on the same site, Listen, Read, Interact. All right, without further ado, you'll hear the audio for the story, which is the last version of the story. It's part 3 on the show notes page. So if you want to read along, go to listenreadinteract.com/71, and you'll find the last part there, which is a complete version of the story. There is a brief reading above that in part 2 and some interactive activities. And there's also part 1, which is like a pre-reading activity. So maybe you want to go to the show notes page first and work through that, and then listen to part 3. When you hear the music, you'll hear part 3. Hey, muchas gracias. Please consider supporting us at listenreadinteract.com/donate. Your support does make all the difference, and you'll even get episodes when I can barely talk. Once again, that is listenreadinteract.com/donate. Hey, muchas gracias. Parte 3. Lectura completa. El secreto del café Portento. Tercera parte. Al día siguiente, Esperanza se levanta temprano y sale apresurada de su hotel. Se sube a un taxi y sale rumbo al café Portento. A la vez, Milagro se alista rápido y sale apresurada de un hotel diferente. Se sube a otro taxi y también sale rumbo al café Portento. Esperanza entra al café y se sienta a una mesa. Mira a su alrededor cuando ve a una mujer pasar por la puerta. No puede creer sus propios ojos. La mujer es tan alta como Esperanza. También es tan bonita como ella. Es como mirarse en el espejo. Disculpe, señorita, dice Esperanza, pero esto es muy raro. Usted y yo nos parecemos, dice la mujer, terminando la frase de Esperanza. ¿Cómo se llama usted?, le pregunta Esperanza. Me llamo Milagro, dice la mujer. Esperanza y Milagro hablan por unos minutos. Entonces descubren que son hermanas mellizas, perdidas desde hace años. En este momento, un hombre entra al café. Es tan alto como Esperanza y Milagro. También es tan guapo como ellas. Se acerca a la mesa y les dice: Esperanza y Milagro. Usted, dice Esperanza. La carta, dice Milagro. Sí, soy yo, Lázaro. Yo les di la carta del otro día. Les tengo información sobre su familia. Somos mellizas, dice Milagro. Ya descubrimos el secreto, dice Esperanza. No, dice Lázaro. No son mellizas. Pero míranos, dice Esperanza. Mirar a Milagro es como mirarme en el espejo. Sí, concuerda Lázaro. Pero ustedes no son mellizas. Entonces, ¿qué somos?, pregunta Milagro. Con esto Lázaro saca su teléfono. Se toma un selfie con Esperanza y Milagro y dice: Los tres somos trillizos.